Today on Nicholas' Kitchen I'm making Kholodets, which is a jelly meat-based appetiser. It's quite nice to eat actually, despite how it sounds, and it's quite a nice unusual type of thing to cook. And for the ingredients I'm using 1 large carrot and onion, a handful of peppercorns, 2 bay leaves, an oxo cube, or a chicken oxo cube, and a big tray of chicken pieces and 1 large piece of bellied pork. And you need to have the meat with the bones and fat and everything on, because it acts as the gelatin agent for later in the cooking process. Right, fill a large saucepan with water, about 2 litres or 1.5 pints, but you need enough in there to cook the meat. So basically I just add in all the ingredients, apart from the garlic, and then I think that's enough water in there anyway, because you don't want too much water. And then we'd leave the garlic out, put the bay leaves in and the peppercorns. Crush in a oxo cube, or a chicken stock oxo cube to give it extra flavour. Get all the bits off this. It doesn't matter if you get any foil in it, because we're going to be sieving this later anyway once the meat's cooked. And then just a sprinkle of salt. You leave that to boil, and then we'll simmer it after it's boiled for about an hour until the meat's cooked anyway. This has been cooking for about 15 to 20 minutes now. So what you need to do is just remove some of the scum off the top of it, and you just need to do that obviously periodically, just to get all that off. And then I'd say you obviously cook it, as I said, for about an hour, just to make sure that everything's cooked. Well, it's been cooking now for about half an hour, so at this point what I'm going to do is take the onion out. We no longer need that, so we can just chuck that away. And then I'm going to try and find the carrot. We need to, if I can find it, take that out, and then turn the pot down just to simmer for the remainder for about 30 odd minutes. After that, but I'll find the carrot anyway, but we need to keep that for later. Well, the meat pieces with the chicken pieces and pork belly have finished cooking now anyway, so I'm going to just take them out of the pot just to let them cool down. Once these have cooled down, I'm going to have to cut the fat and the bones off them, and then we can start doing the Kholodets after that. I'm just going to start cutting off all the meat and the skin anyway now, and just sticking it on a separate plate. We're going to chuck the bones, as I've said, and the skin and the jelly stuff out. We just want to have a nice meat to use. I want to cut it up finely anyway. But the key next is making the gelatin from all the gravy that this was all cooked in. It should be interesting anyway. But with the pork belly, I'm cutting off all the fat, because I absolutely hate gristle anyway. So I'm just going to be using just the pork meat, and I'll be chopping them up quite thin as well. So it won't take me too long to do this, and then we'll do the final part of the preparation. Right, I've chopped up all the meat, and I've also chopped up the carrot as well, and I've minced a clove of garlic. Now this is where I suppose the science comes into it. I'm going to sieve the broth that the bones were, well, the meat was cooking in, just to get the remainder of the scum out and any horrible, you know, bony bits. You see, like that, and the peppercorns as well. Now I'm going to mix in the garlic into there. You won't need all this stock at all, so I'm just going to give this a bit of a mix just to get the garlic infused with the broth, and then we'll do the final part of the preparation. I've got a base of a Pyrex dish, and I've lined it with cling film. There is a reason behind that, because I'm having like a dinner party type thing tomorrow, and I want to hopefully get it out and put it on a proper serving tray thing. So with the carrots, I'll just put a few around the base of the Pyrex dish. I've chopped some of these up a bit too fat, but I'm going to use the slightly thinner ones because I don't want too much chunky carrot in here. Well, I've done it like that now anyway, so what I tend to do now is just sprinkle the meat just evenly over the Pyrex base. Try and push it down as much as you can, because you don't want it like a big mound of meat. You want it flat, because that just helps with the I don't know, the jellifying the jellifying process. Right, I've put the meat in there anyway, and I've patted it down as best I can. Now with the broth or the stock, whatever, I'm just going to ladle probably a couple of ladles onto it. Just pour it over. You don't want to soak it in it, you want to give it a good covering. Because the whole point is for it to solidify. I didn't realise how technical this is. So I think I've done enough. A couple of ladles at least, or like a little bit. I think that will do. And you leave it like that to solidify. I'm leaving this in the fridge for about 24 hours covered up. As there's quite a lot of the chicken broth left over, it'd be quite scandalous to chuck it all away. But I do have another recipe that I can use it for. So I'll, in the next few weeks, reuse that chicken stock. Obviously I'm going to freeze it first, and then I'm going to do some type of dumpling stew type thing with it. So keep an eye out for that recipe, and I'll see you in 24 hours. Well, the Kholodets has been in the fridge for well over 24 hours now, so I transferred it upside down onto a serving dish, and the whole point of the cling film is that it's easier just to get off and transfer it. So this is what it looks like. I have to admit though, it looks nicer, but it tastes nicer than what it looks. But you spread it on some nice crusty bread or some crackers anyway. So, and that is it. That is how you make it, and it's all jellified as well. So give it a go yourself. Although admittedly it does look like I've served up a tin of cat food, but have a go, it is quite nice. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.